Okay, I want to say this because I've definitely spoken to the other side of things. And let me turn this down. That if you are a black man, I'm going to give you the same advice that I would give my brother, because we were the eldest two siblings. And what we went through, our younger siblings did not go through. Sometimes it is hard for a black man to heal his wounds on his own, even when the people who helped to cause them or that were neglectful are still around. So a lot of people say, go heal your wounds with your mom, go heal your wounds with your dad. Well, in a lot of cases, you have parents who are now in their 60s and 70s, and they are pretending that they're just too fragile to be in partnership with your healing journey, right? You have parents who they went through their own traumas. And so as a result of that, it's a situation where they are not open to being a part of your healing journey. They are in complete denial. And I want to share this because it is not to minimize anything that's going on in this current environment. I've talked about the other side of that, in terms of protecting black women. But I also just want to say, for my brothers out there, find you a queen mother, find you a matriarch. They say it takes a village to raise a child. And sometimes, even though you're a grown man, you still have that little wounded boy on the inside of you. And I don't say that in a disrespectful way, but I say that in a way where he deserves to be held too. He deserves to have somebody to go back and grab his hand and pull him forward and help to heal him forward. And don't not do the work to heal because you can't do the healing work with your mother, or you can't do the healing work with your father or your sperm donor or whoever. Don't not do the healing work for yourself, because you deserve it, because you're worthy of it. And even if you have other siblings, they may not understand what you went through, depending on where your placement was, in the birthing order. They may not understand. They may not even be able to relate. They may minimize what you're going through. So that's why it's so important for you to take your healing process, take ownership of that healing process, and to find you a good matriarch, find you a queen mother, a TT, find you an elder black woman who will help you to heal forward, to heal that mother wound. Or if it's a father wound, an elder, black man. Like we used to have, I don't know if they still have things around like mentors at the Boys and Girls Club and stuff like that. But, don't just neglect your healing because the person who is responsible for part of your trauma, for part of your current mindset regarding the feelings around what you're holding on to, the frustrations that you're holding on to, the anger, the rage that you're hurting on to, which ultimately at the root of that is disappointment, right? At the root of that is disappointment. It is hurt at the root of that anger, at the root of that rage. And I know this personally. Like, again, I have an older sibling, and me and him went through a completely different journey than my younger two siblings actually went through. And even though we can explain to them what happened, there's no way that they can put themselves in our shoes or understand why we have the relationship or lack the relationship with our mom, for example, because their upbringing was much, much different. But I didn't let that stop me from owning my healing process so that I could break those generational traumas and those generational hurts from being passed on.